I'm so excited to be here with you, to be diving into this beautiful work in our lives so that we can really come in and move into 2026 in a way that feels like it has grounded, soulful momentum. So if you've been feeling stuck at all, you are in the right place. If you're feeling like you're not super clear, you're in the right place. If you're just like want to hang out and have a good time, you're also in the right place. I am so happy to be here with you. So if you don't know me already, I am Brianna Borton. I am the co-founder of The Dragon Tree. We have spas in Portland and in Boulder. We also have our beautiful dream book that my husband and I created together, along with many other books and programs. And then we also have a whole line of pain relief products that we help people get out of pain with. So that's kind of like the orientation to who I am. But mostly, I'm just so excited that you're here. So I see so many of you sharing that you're here. People from Portland and New Jersey, welcome. From Idaho and Oregon. Wendy says, I'm definitely in the right place. Yes, you are. Somebody from Arkansas. So yeah, just let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're joining from, and maybe just share one reason why you're here. Maybe 2025 was a year that you started having some momentum and you want to keep going. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, whatever it is for you. Hi, I'm happy you're here too. People from Wisconsin and Michigan and Vegas and North Carolina. Somebody from Boulder. That's right. It's a beautiful day today here in Boulder. Maybe slightly chilly finally. From Idaho, North Carolina, from New York. Oh my gosh, to be here together today. So, anyone want to share why you're here? Anyone want to, like, you don't have to, but if you want to just like center yourself, sometimes it's useful to just be like, oh, right, why am I here again? Yeah, some people say feeling stuck, hoping to get unstuck, start a digital business, need to recharge, got to get a routine back on track, had a difficult year, looking for some tips, trying to rise from 2 grandbabies. And 3 deaths in the family. That's a lot. Hip surgery. Wow, that's so much. So many of you are sharing. I love this. Stuck for years. I need a pause. I have so many plans. Okay. All intended to start, but I don't. Okay. This is perfect. I'm really glad to just hear why so many of you are here. People wanting to continue to grow, people who are wanting to get unstuck, and then people that are just feeling overwhelmed, and some people just needing like a pause and a restart. So I'm really glad that you're all here. We are really going to get into everything that will help you move through all of this. So if you have been with me before in this community, I just would love for you to just let me know in the comments. Just say, I've been here before. I've been here before. I know you, Brianna. We've hung out before. Just let me know. Say hi. If you have never hung out with me before, I would love for you to tell me that it's your first time ever hanging out with me, so I can say hi so that I know that you're here. And also for those of us that have been here together before, this is like such a beautiful community to welcome you, to like let you know that you belong here, that we want you here, that we're so excited. Some of you, I am new. Some of you have been here before. Some of you the first time. Amazing. I'm so excited. Once before, and I love you so much. Oh my gosh, I love you so much too. Thank you. First time. Okay. Wow, a lot of people here for the first time. And I just want to say, if this is your first time here, we love you. We love you. We're so glad you're here. Everybody who you have been with me before, even once before, I want you to tell all the people who this is their first time, you belong here. You belong here. We're so happy that you're here. We love you. We are so glad that you're here. You're going to love it here. First timers are the best. Mary Dorsey's like several times now. Yes, Mary, I recognize you. I love it. Oh, and Jenny and regular Brianna's groups are the best. You're the best. Okay. I love this. You're all amazing. I went to a spa treatment years ago, but moved away from Portland since. Love the newsletter since then. Oh my gosh. Peter writes, I write some of the newsletters, but Peter really writes the best newsletters. So I'm glad that you stayed connected with us in that way. You belong here. Woohoo. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. See, this is the best. This is actually the part I live for. This is the whole reason I do it, so that you can be like, I love all these other new people. And also maybe you'll create some community here, because community is really one of the wonderful things that we can do to help ourselves get unstuck as well. So the intention today is really about remembering what matters. And from that remembrance, we're going to create movement that actually feels good, right? Because we don't want movement just for movement's sake. We want movement that feels good. And we want to align our systems to move forward with ease and direction and devotion, right? So this is absolutely why we're here. And so I do want to say, oh, I love it. Phil just put in a little place. If you're not in our community yet, you can join our community here. So great. So I do want to say that all of what you're going to learn today is part of the LFG system, Let's Friggin' Go system that we created. And it is this toolkit that's designed to help you root into what really matters and rise into the next year, rise into your vision, rise into the next chapter for you. And this LFG system has a dream book and planner. If you haven't gotten your dream book and planner yet, today will be the day. It also includes our dreaming and planning course. And it also has a brand new 5-session meditation journey called Root to Rise. That'll be the 5 days before New Year's. So the 5 days leading up to New Year's, so it'll be the 27th through the 31st. You'll get a new session each day. And that is actually really foundational to the Root to Rise system so that you can start to let yourself really come into it. So this whole package, these 3 things, I'm going to talk about much later at the very end of our thing, but I just wanted to let you know about it now in case you have to hop off because it's only available for 24 hours. And I'll go into the why of all of it later, but I just wanted to let you know because sometimes I know we get on and then we have to hop off, right? And so I just wanted to let you know that this system is worth $301. Today, it's the only day until tomorrow at 12:30 that you can get it for $99. And it is going to be so mind-blowingly good. I'm so excited for those of you that get to join me. So it expires tomorrow at 12:30 Mountain Time. And if you're interested in doing that, I just want to let you know. We'll talk about that more later. A few other little housekeeping things I want to say before we get into all of the content is that there are going to be 5 prizes at the end of this call for people who have joined us. So if you want to win, you kind of have to listen to that part. But we'll be doing that at the end of the call. I also wanted to encourage you to mark your calendars for December 1st. We are going to be going live and doing something really special on what we're calling Cyber Moon Day, right? So excited. I would love to have you there. Please mark your calendars if you want to hang out. Hey, Phil, what time are we doing that on Monday? Phil will let me know because I don't have it in front of me, but mark your calendars because I love getting to hang out with you. And we're going to be doing a lot of really amazing things on that day, including releasing a very special new product that I'm very excited about. And I can't wait to share with you. It's at noon. It's at noon Mountain Time? Noon Mountain Time on December 1st. So 11 Pacific time and 2 Eastern time, 1 Central time. So get that in your calendar so we can hang out again. If you're like, this is my first time hanging out with you, I'm not so sure that I'm ready to commit to that. That's okay. Pencil it in for now. If you don't have fun today, you can just erase it, but you're going to have fun. You're going to have fun. Okay, the last little thing for today, the little housekeeping thing is I would love for you to grab a journal and a pen. We are going to be doing a little bit of reflective journaling during our time together today. So I encourage you to grab that now. And I actually saw that some of you are driving or working out while you're listening. When we get to the journal part, to see if you can journal in your head or maybe take a break, do your weightlifting and then take a break and journal. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Okay. The moon washi tape. Oh gosh, I love this. Cyber Moon Day. I need stickers and washi tape. Amazing. I love it. December 1st is your birthday. That's a great birthday. One of my best friend's birthdays too. I already have my planner. Any packages that have the other 2 pieces. So this is a really great question. So we don't have a package that doesn't have just the other 2 pieces, but we are going to have a sale on just the Root to Rise system, just the Root to Rise program, those 5 days. We will also have a sale on that for this next 24 hours. So if you just want to do that, because you've already done the other things, you can buy that. And it's actually just such a good deal at $99. It's even just dreaming and planning course is 197. So even if you're just getting that, it's worth it. And then just give away your dream book to somebody that you love, right? That's what I would do. That's what I do all the time. I give dream books to everyone I love. I encourage you to do the same. Okay. So, yay. So let's just take a moment before we go any further. I always have to get myself grounded. And one of the ways I love to do that is just to light a candle together. So if you have a candle where you are, I encourage you to light it as well. And we're just going to bring in that fire element of clarity and unity. And let's just take a moment to close our eyes here. If you're driving, I'm not talking to you, but everyone else, let's close our eyes and just take a nice deep breath. And a nice long exhale. And just allow yourself to fully land here. And to remember why you chose to put this in your day, to come here and join us. And it's because of hope. Because you know that underneath the stuckness and the overwhelm and maybe the lack of clarity, there is a life of your dreams, a life of movement and momentum that will get activated by your energy. And we are going to support that today. And just feeling into that feeling of hope. Hope for you, hope for the world. And allow that hope to just wash over you. You don't have to do anything with it right now, but just allow yourself to feel it. What does it feel like to just allow hope, even just for 30 seconds? I encourage you to hold on to this feeling, letting it anchor in your body, in your energy. Let's take another deep breath together. Amazing. And I encourage you to open your eyes if that feels good to you. This is the thing, is that hope is one of those things that we often don't allow ourselves to feel, but it is invigorating, right? Did anyone feel invigorated or notice any sensations, right? If you noticed any of those sensations, know that you can create this for yourself, and it's something that you can hold on to and bring into your life. And it's okay. It's okay to hope. It's okay to be connected to that, right? So, oh my gosh, we just hit 15,000 members in our Facebook group. What? That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Phil. Feels warm. Yeah, feels warm, right? That hope feeling feels warm. I love that. Okay, so we're going to move into just a lot of support for you in feeling stuck. But first, I just want to say that feeling stuck isn't a failure, right? And I feel like sometimes when we are stuck, okay, I'm going to speak for myself. Sometimes when I feel stuck, I feel like I'm failing at something, right? And it's really just your system protecting you, right? Because we pause when we don't feel safe or when we've lost connection to what matters. So sometimes we are stopping, pausing, procrastinating, getting ourselves a little stuck because our ego is trying to keep us safe from expansion and growth and really anything that's outside of our ego identities. So our ego identities hold us in a certain way. It's like, this is who you are. And when we start to like move outside of that even a little bit, sometimes our ego will put up all of this like perceived barrier to moving forward, really because it's trying to keep us safe. And listen, I when you hear this information, sometimes there's like a very much a likelihood of being like, my damn ego, right? But I actually want you to I want to encourage you to instead feel into whether or not it's possible for you to just be like, oh, sweet. That's like actually kind of a sweet thing. It's not actually trying to make anything for me bad. It's truly just trying to keep things kind of the same. And if we don't like the same, then we kind of disagree with our ego. But we don't have to fight it. We can just be like, oh, well, aren't you cute? Like, what a cutesy little ego thing to do. And then allow yourself to like kind of like pick up and move forward anyways, which is what we're going to talk about today. We also pause, stop, get a little stuck when we don't have real motivation. And when I say real motivation, I mean motivation that actually matters to us, like something that really has meaning, right? Because it's hard to stay in motion towards something that you only kind of care about, right? And so sometimes when we look at it, we're like, oh, I'm not motivated because I'm lazy. I'm not motivated because I'm not that interested in this thing that I've been going towards. And that is a really beautiful thing to notice, because then we can actually shift that way, like what we're aiming for, right? So we want movement that isn't going to burn us out. And we want to allow meaning within this movement so that we can move out of stagnation. And real momentum is born from alignment. Real momentum happens because we know what we want. It actually holds meaning, and we're willing to kind of be with all of the like ego little places and start to actually allow ourselves to go forward. It doesn't really happen from pressure. So I know that sometimes, has anyone here tried to like move yourself forward from just a place of like grinding it out, that kind of like pressury feeling? It only lasts so long. Right. Sometimes we do that and it is functional for a little bit, but it's not functional forever. Somebody said, what if something that is hard, what if it's something that's hard for you and you're getting burned out? Yeah, if it's something that's hard for you, I think that it's worthwhile if it's something that you still want, first that, or if it's something that you still want, first you want to look at like whether or not you still want it, and then give yourself a really rooting into it, which we're going to do today. So I think that that'll be really helpful for you. So many of you being like, yes, grinding is not sustainable. Over the burnout, I've been there and been with the grinding it out. Yeah, it's actually just like not fun. And I'm going to let you in on like a little secret that I hold is actually not a secret of mine at all, because I try to tell everyone that will listen to me that like we actually get to play. And playing and having fun in this life is actually part of the purpose, even when things are really hard. And so being in that like burned out, pressury feeling, we just want to like move through it, right? It's like I've been walking uphill backwards and barefooted. Yeah, it's so good. Okay. And then somebody says, I'm not even grinding it out. I'm just on autopilot. Yeah. So we want to reinvigorate meaning. Like, what is the meaning? What is the purpose? Why are we here? Let us get awake and present. So I'm going to give you a little moment to do some journaling. And what I want you to do is think back to a moment when you felt truly in motion, when you felt clear and alive and aligned, and notice what made it feel meaningful. What made it feel meaningful? And I just am going to give you like about a minute to just journal that. Like, and this could be within the last year. It could be in the last 10 years. Heck, it could be, maybe the last time you remember this was 20, 30 years ago. It's okay. We just want to remember that this is something that we have felt. We felt clear and alive and aligned, and just recognize what made it meaningful. So I'm going to give you a minute to journal about that. And then when you're done, if you want to share it in the comments, you are welcome to share. Okay, go for it. Yes, the prompt is to reflect back on a moment when you felt truly in motion, where you felt clear and alive and aligned, and notice what made it meaningful. So you want to journal about the moment and then what made it meaningful. And so if you're finding the places, like I see some of you putting the thing that it was, which is so awesome, like maybe it was Ironman events or educating people on allyship, both amazing. I want you to like write actually like what made it meaningful for you. Was it because you like really embodied? Was it because you were helping other people? What was the thing underneath that? Okay, so I see some of you are complete, and I'm just going to share a few of these with everyone just because they're so beautiful. One person said, mine was a solo trip to Utah from Georgia after I quit my job with a bad boss and just needed to shed all my titles and get back to who I was before starting corporate. Amazing. And what made it meaningful? Like coming back to yourself, I would imagine. I love this. Underneath the event, sharing, community, celebration, connection with others, true sharing of feelings, having a common purpose. Learn more about giving people tools to grow. Yeah. Respect of my knowledge and ability, being ahead of my time. Amazing. Um, Felt deep in my soul that I could create and leave something behind for my descendants. Amazing. Making a difference, connecting to a community, repairing the world. And just like the excitement of getting started. So Kelly, I'm curious, like what made that feel meaningful for you? Um, I decided to finally go visit my friend in New Zealand, spend a month there, and it was amazing. Amazing. Okay. And what made it feel meaningful? Like what was the in it? Was it just I felt alive, right? Maybe. Um, I love these. These are so good. Yay. I got to create, I got to be affected the whole hospital. Amazing. I felt like coming home to myself, energized, recognized. Um, these are so good. I love these. Yeah, I love this so much. Okay, great. So we have this place, right, of like, okay, I I had a time, whether it was a year ago, a week ago, a decade ago, it doesn't really matter that you can reconnect to that energetic feeling, emotional feeling inside of yourself of like, oh yes, there is that inside of me, right? And here's the thing, the goal isn't to push yourself forward anymore. It's to come home to this kind of experience and a notion of something that fuels you so that momentum can really happen more naturally. And even when we have something that has like this feeling behind it, sometimes we still have to move through the pieces that are kind of the more challenging parts, right? Because even, listen, I love my job. I really, truly, I feel so grateful. I love my job. I love my work, my life. I love my life. And there are parts of it that are like, oh, kind of got to like get myself the momentum to do the thing, right? And got to create the momentum to actually do the thing because it's like either something I haven't done before, it challenges my ego identities, right? All of these things. And so we're going to keep going into this. And we really want to start to recognize that our bodies have this awareness, right? So when you've been feeling this experience, you're probably some part of it is felt in your body. You might not always recognize that it's felt in your body because a lot of us don't pay a whole lot of attention to what's going on in our bodies. But these sensations, these memories, they're held in our body. And so we're going to do just a little brief guided process. For those of you that can close your eyes, I encourage you to. And we're just going to feel into our bodies. And we're going to notice what's going on now. So let's close our eyes. And let's just start with some slow, even breathing. You don't have to make it super deep or any specific way, just even it out. Just a noticing of the breath. And then just starting to feel your feet, feeling yourself connected to the earth, feeling your breath, and just feeling the weight of your body being so supported by the earth. Like you can really let go here. And then notice in your body if there's any gripping or striving or resisting. If there's tension or collapsing. And without any judgment of any of those sensations, just see if you can just soften even just a little bit right there. And soften even a little bit more, allowing yourself to just be so present in what is happening in the sensations of your body. And I want you to ask in this internal space, in this landscape of you, what matters most to me right now? What matters most to me right now? Not what should matter or what would matter to other people to matter to me, but truly what matters to me. And ask, what's calling for my care, for my presence, for my energy that I really care about, that I have a desire to move toward. Maybe there's a cause that's calling your heart or a way of living that you want to share with others or an organization that you want to support. Or maybe there's a way of being in your own body and health. Or maybe there's a relationship that you want to tend to. Really asking, what do I want? What matters to me? And let it fully arise here. And when you feel really clear, I invite you to open your eyes and just write it down in your journal. Maybe even put a circle around it, right? Like, this is what really matters to me right now. This aligns with where I want to be spending my energy, where I want to focus my care. And when you have it written down, if you want to share it with us just to be witnessed in it, you're welcome to do so. And here's the thing, when you come home, and when I say home, I really mean like into yourself, to what matters, we start to relax. Like our body actually relaxes and space is created. And in that space that we create through coming back to what matters, energy starts to move, right? So it's like, oh, as soon as I recognize this, there's actually already space created that will allow for momentum to move through it because our energy will flow more readily. I love these. I love just seeing so many of you sharing, getting out of debt, inner peace, building a community, health, spiritual connection, strength and health. I love that. Prioritizing myself, being a bright spot to others, having my business grow, to write a memoir to help others who are going through what I went through, learning and helping others do the same, health and joy, self-healing. Yes, amazing. It's so good. So I want to be in awe again. Yes. Yes. Getting out of debt, building community, growing a business. These are amazing. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm hoping that you can feel it. Like as soon as you recognize it and you're like, this is what matters to me, what is happening in your system? There may be excitement. There might be relaxation. There may be a feeling of openness, of tingliness. I am so curious what happens for you because this is the foundation of everything. Movement that arises from connection to what really matters. Because movement that doesn't arise from connection to what matters, like kind of doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Makes so much sense. It's like if it's connected to something that doesn't matter, then the movement doesn't matter. But if it's connected to something that matters, then it really matters, right? Then your movement matters. And when movement matters, it gains momentum. When movement matters, it gains momentum. You might want to write that down because it will help you remember this again and again. When movement matters, it gains momentum. And this is why in our dream book, we have like a whole section before we teach you even how to like break down goals and make them happen, which is so cool, right? By the way, it's amazing. Like it's amazing to be able to get your goals, but it's more amazing to get goals that matter, right? It's way more incredible to get goals that actually matter to you. So that's why like the first whole part of this book is about figuring out what matters to you, like what really matters, so that your goals actually align with your dreams, right? If you do not have your dream book yet, does anyone here not have a dream book yet? I'm just like, you gotta get it. You have to, it changes your life because you set goals that matter. You figure out what matters, you set goals that matter, and then you learn a whole system for making sure that that happens. It's so cool. You feel healthier. I love that. Less body pain. Your heart flutters. Oh, it makes you want to cry, a feeling of hope, tears. Yes, this is it, right? This is like the most beautiful experience is like, I'm connected to my own meaning. I'm connected to what matters to me. And that's like, we need that. We need you to be your unique self with your unique desires, because it's what creates the like weave of the world that is so beautiful. So I'm going to teach you this like 5-part structure that I use when I feel stuck to help. It really underpins this like sustainable, successful, soulful momentum. And this framework that I'm going to teach you is the kind of basis of the Root to Rise journey, that that 5-day journey that we have right before New Year's. And this Root to Rise like framework, you can apply again and again and again. So we'll be doing it the 5 days before the New Year's to kind of get you like that feeling, right? And you'll be able to use it again and again and again because you'll have the replays forever. But even if you don't do that, learning this framework will help you a lot. So I just love reading all of your comments. Okay, so the first step is in Root to Rise is guess. It's root. Yes, of course, it's root. We have to root first, right? We really have to allow ourselves that feeling of getting really grounded in the present. It's kind of like anything. If you want to move from point A to point B, you have to know what point A is. You have to get here now. And getting here now is sometimes a little bit challenging for us because our attention is being, you know, fragmented in a million ways and in a million places, and it's so hard, right? Anyone else find it hard to get really, really present? It's hard to get really, really present, and the reason is because the world it is kind of like everything, right? The universe is everything. It is amazing, it's challenging, it has its ups and downs, it has its busyness, it has its slowness, it's all of the things all of the time. All the things all the time everywhere. Right? That is how life is. That's how the universe is. And we, as conduits of the universe, experience it like that. So, the first thing that we need to do is get really rooted. We cannot rise if we're like floating in the air. We have to get rooted into this moment, and getting rooted really brings a whole lot of clarity into our vision, into our path, and into like that momentous movement that we're going to be creating. And so, in order to root, one wonderful thing that you can do is to journal. You could meditate. You can have any practice that helps you kind of get into the here and now, even just I say just a mindfulness practice, just a mindfulness practice where you're always mindful of everything you do in every moment. No big deal, right? So, but these things are what help us get here, right? Get here now. Choose to be here. Right? And choosing to be here can kind of be a big deal. For so many people that I've worked with, choosing to be in this life, in this person, is something that they never even considered doing. But once they do consider doing it and they decide to choose themselves and they root in, it's like all of a sudden so many things open up for them. Yeah. Everyone on here is so vulnerable. It's humbling. It is so sweet. I love it so much. You're all so amazing. Wait, what somebody said, I have been afraid to want because I'm afraid I will be denied it or it will be taken from me. It is as if I give it away before I even have it for fear of losing it. Yeah. And a lot of that is our ego, right? Like the ego identity of not having, or like being like, I don't like, not necessarily like a victim identity, though it could be that, but it could just be anything that keeps us kind of small. And just to recognize you're not alone. It's actually super common to have that feeling. Does anyone else have that feeling? I feel like it's actually pretty common. And so just like bringing some playfulness and lightness to it, like, isn't that so silly that I do that? Oh my goodness. I'm so like, it's kind of like sweet and cute that my ego does that. And also it doesn't have to be in charge. I like keep your head where your feet are. Oh, I love it. That's really beautiful. So good. Okay. So that's step one. We want to root. The next step is that we want to remember, right? And that's a lot of what we've been talking about already, is remembering, reconnecting with what really matters. So really knowing your why creates a direction that becomes really natural. And that is, again, why the dream book, right? It's to remember. The whole first part of it is like, remember who you are. Remember what really matters. Remember the truth of your being, right? So that is the next step. You want to root. I'm here. Remember all of your power. Remember who you are. Remember what matters to you. Like, bring your energy in. And we're going to be doing this in this 5 days with a really beautiful ceremony to really reclaim and remember ourselves. And then the third step is to release. Release. We're going to let go of all the shit that's heavy, that's outdated, that's not aligned, right? You can't carry everything into the next season, which is great news, actually. You can't keep just accumulating and accumulating bullshit forever and feel light enough to move forward, right? So we have to really release all of the things that are not serving us. And this is a really beautiful thing to get to do, right? It doesn't even have to be bad. This is one of the things I think that we don't always recognize, is that releasing isn't like this, all of this stuff is bad. It's just no longer what I'm doing. It's no longer where I'm going. It's no longer serving me, or it's just outdated, right? It's just outdated. And it wouldn't even necessarily look bad to somebody else, right? I know that sometimes we want to make things bad in order to release them, right? Like this job, you want to leave your job, so you have to make your job suck so bad before you ever leave. No, you don't have to. You could just be like, I just am not interested anymore. Can you believe that you can just like choose not to do something anymore because you're just not interested? It doesn't have to be bad. Like you don't have to like, I always think about how often I like when I wanted to break up with somebody long time ago, obviously I've been married to Peter for a long time, but when I would want to break up with somebody, it wasn't just like, I'm kind of over it, you know? It was like, no, I had to find all the ways in which he's a very bad, bad man. And then it gives me a good reason to break up with him. You don't have to do that. You don't have to make people bad. You don't have to make things bad. You don't have to make the situation bad. You don't have to like demonize anything to decide it's just not for you. It's just not for you. And that's okay. Because the cool thing is it can be not for you and for somebody else. I've broken up with lots of people that I'm like, yeah, you're a great guy. Somebody else will love. Like I'm setting you free to go find the person who's going to be delighted in your being because you're awesome. You're just not for me. Right. And that can be the same with so many things. That can even be the same with old dreams and old goals. Right. Old dreams and old goals. And I'm going to share one with you because I have wanted to speak Spanish since I was itty bitty. I had it as a goal for so long. And listen, I do not know why, but my brain mouth functioning around Spanish is still pretty thwarted. And like, do I know some Spanish? Sure. Do I know enough Spanish to feel like really excited about speaking to people who speak Spanish? No, not really. I can read it, but not really speak it. And I was like, listen, am I just going to keep having this goal forever? And I really looked at it just recently and I was like, actually, it doesn't need to be a goal of mine anymore. I can actually release that goal and take on a new goal, which is now to learn ASL. Because I'm actually like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at that already. I mean, pretty good. That is like a huge overstatement. I mean, it's easy for me to learn. It like works with my being. I'm a very body-centered person. And so I released that and it gave way for something that I'm actually very excited about. And it's so amazing. So knowing that releasing makes space for what is next, for what is for you, right? I love this. People are saying like, Ringard said, it's a huge year of release for me. Amazing. So beautiful. ASL, baby. I can't wait. I can't wait to learn ASL. It's pretty soon. Hopefully I'll be able to do this whole thing while also doing ASL so that my crazy hand motions will now mean something. I'm very excited about it. Last night you were looking up ASL classes. That's amazing. It's so cool. I think it's a really beautiful language actually. Okay. So first we root, then we remember, then we release, and then we reclaim. We reclaim. And reclaiming is all about bringing back your energy and your focus. Your attention is so sacred. If you don't know how sacred your attention is, find out how much Facebook ads cost to get your attention, right? People are paying lots of money for your attention, lots of money, so much money for your attention. And they're paying that much money for your attention because your attention is very important. It's really important. It's really useful. It's very sacred. And so reclaim that and recognize that your attention is sacred. Because where your attention goes, energy flows, right? Where your attention goes, energy flows. And this is really so empowering to recognize that you are in charge. You're in charge. You're in charge of yourself. You're in charge of where your attention goes. And when you decide that it's going to go towards building your dreams, it goes towards building your dreams. And if you decide it's going to go towards all the reasons you can't have your dreams, it's going to go towards all the reasons you can't have your dreams, right? And that's amazing. Either way. It's actually amazing either way, which is so cool, right? So just recognizing that in yourself, that you are the one who gets to steer the boat. You're the one that gets to focus the attention. It's amazing. Jenny said, I saw a quote I loved recently, the sage advice to keep only what sparks joy applied to ambition as well as old socks. Yeah. I always have wondered though, like, what if my hammer doesn't spark joy? but I just need it sometimes. I feel like needing things. Anyways, I have a whole question about that Marie Kondo situation, but we have the power. We have the power. Yes, our attention holds the key to the magic, says Ingrid. It's so, so true. Yeah, clear the decks for an opportunity to knock. I like it's okay. I like that it's okay just because it doesn't fit any longer. Yeah, it just doesn't fit any longer. And you let it go. Let it go, right? So once we have reclaimed all of our energy, right? We've rooted, we've remembered, we've released, we've reclaimed. You're welcome for all the R words so you can remember this forever, right? The next thing that we do is rise. This is root to rise. And rising means that we're moving forward from devotion, not depletion. And this is, I actually really love the experience of real willpower coming from a feeling of devotion, not coming from like a push, not coming because we have to, but coming from a place of like, I'm devoted. I am devoted to this. And that is where my movement comes from, because the rise is inevitable when you're rooted in your truth. And then you remember and you release and you reclaim. The rise is like kind of the natural next thing that will come. But we want to make sure all the time, just like we're like kind of like checking where it's coming from. We're checking the stream to make sure that it's all rooted in where we want it to be, and that we actually start to like be from a place of devotion. And I say this to myself all the time. I say to myself, I am here to be used and to be in devoted action. I'm here to be in devoted action. And that devotion for me is rooted in like the vision I have for the world. And for you, it could be a vision you have for your life. It could be a vision that you have for your health. It could be anything that you want it to be, but it having the movement, the actions rooted into that place, it makes the movement so much easier. And it doesn't mean it's never hard. It doesn't mean it's never hard. Like I have lots of hard days. I have lots of times where I'm like, God damn, man, I don't know how to do this. Phil, help. Right? That's usually what I do, right? Phil? He's laughing in the background. He's like, it's true. She's like, Phil, help a lot. So things come up and I don't know what to do. And it's hard and it works a part of my brain that's really hard. And I can be like, oh. And the thing that helps me the most is to kind of go back to the beginning. Okay, am I rooted? Am I here? Am I like present? Am I present? And then I remember, why am I doing this? I release anything that doesn't need to be done or need my attention in the moment. I reclaim, I call all my energy back. And then guess what? I have the energy to like get through the thing that's hard, because sometimes it's hard, right? It's hard. And listen, if it's never hard, you probably aren't pushing yourself enough. Like life should be hard sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it kind of means you're like working an edge if life is hard. So should we start with us first and then move to the world goals? You know what? I think that's a really great question. I don't have an answer for you. I think that is a question that is like a reflective question internally, because for me, there's not a huge amount of separation. Like I have a goals and a vision for my own life that work within my vision for the world. And actually it's kind of like required of me. Like my vision for myself is that I am like a conduit of love, that I like really open my heart and learn to love in every little place, learn to love all the people, learn to love all the things as much as possible, including myself. So that is my vision for myself, and that I like have a healthy enough, strong enough body in order to do so. But that actually plays out into my vision for the world, which is a vision where people are really deeply taken care of, where people are free, where people have all of their rights protected, where we're like really loving each other. So for me, there is almost no difference, but they work seamlessly together. And so for you, I feel like you get to ask that question in yourself. But I do want to say that the more you can kind of bind them together, kind of makes a more seamless experience, I think. Yeah. Yeah. But my love is for more and beyond my small life. Yeah, amazing. My goal is healing. If I tend to myself first, then I can give to the world. Until I do that, anything I give externally will drain me. Yeah. Or I also just want to say, And I don't want to argue with you. And I'm not arguing with you. You can do it however you want to. And one thing that I have noticed is that when I work one-on-one with clients who have this experience, like they're like, oh my gosh, anytime I give anything, I feel super drained. So I need to like get myself robust enough to, it is that we get them robust enough to, but we don't wait until it's perfect. We don't wait until it's like the end all be all of health and vitality, so that there's just no, like there's a place along the way often where you just start to want to like share. And then that actually, that giving and being out into the world of love and service comes back and actually comes and kind of works on the same project of like your own health and vitality. It's like creates this really beautiful ecosystem of life. So I'm only saying that we don't have to wait to be healed, because that time and place can feel very elusive. Just robust enough. You know what I mean? Robust enough. Okay. I love this. I just love all your comments. I could just talk to you all day. I could talk to you all day long. Okay. So I would love for us to do a little reflective prompt, which is, which phase are you in right now? Are you in rooting? Are you in remembering? Are you in releasing? Are you in reclaiming? Or are you in rising? And if you're like, I'm not in any of those, thank you so much. I've been in what the fuck, right? That's fine. But then you would need to start in rooting. So you can just say, I need to start in rooting. Or if you're like, I actually am rooted, I'm in a remembering phase, or I'm in a reclaiming phase, whatever you are, let me know. I love that somebody said, I'm in a rut. You got another R word. That was, very well fitted. So if you're in a rut, then you need to start with rooting, right? Start with rooting, releasing, rooting. I love this. Rooting, releasing, reclaiming my energy and focus. Beautiful. These are so good. Releasing and reclaiming, and rise to a new adventure. I need to start in rooting. I'm remembering why I'm rooting. I need to start with rooting. I am releasing. I need to get back to rooting. Amazing. Releasing, reclaiming. These are so good. Awesome. So when you recognize where you are, you now know what to do. And in our 5-day time together, that's going to happen the 5 days before New Year's, we'll go through each one. So you'll want to go through every phase, because it's going to be so much fun and so useful. And again, I just want to say, I know that we have this whole LFG package. And if you just want to do that, you can also just do that. That's actually on sale as well for 50% off for the next 24 hours. So it's normally $50. And for the next 24 hours, it'll be $25. Amazing. How do we register for the 5 days? You can go to thedragontree.com/roots. You put it up on the screen at the same time. Amazing. So you can go there if you want to do just the 5-day thing. And if you want the whole package, there will be that option as well. All of them depending on the day. So true. Right. Depending on the day. And actually we move through them, hopefully, in a pace that actually works for our life, so that we can continue to rise. And your momentum that matters won't come from a long to-do list. It won't come from a long to-do list. If you have been hanging out with me for very long, you know how I feel about long to-do lists. I feel like they're pretty worthless, right? It really comes from knowing your next aligned step. And I want to help you get into your next aligned step today before we finish up. And so every day, I want you to ask yourself 3 things. The first thing is, what matters most today and supports my future self as well? So it's like, what is good for me now? What is good for me later? And trying to come to something that's both those things. It's good for me now. It'll be good for me later. Good for me now. Good for me later. This is actually one of my favorite questions to ask myself right now, because sometimes, I don't know about you, sometimes I like doing things that are just good for me now. I'm like, oh, it's just good for me now. And then I'm like, is it good for me later? I'm like, not really. Not really. Eating that macaroni and cheese when you're allergic to gluten and dairy, not good for you later, Brianna, right? So that question of like, is it good for me now? Is it good for me later? So what is the most important thing you can do today that is good for you now and good for you later? So that is the first question. And then what needs to be released to make space for it? Because probably almost you have something that you're doing that needs to be released in order to allow what really matters to come to the forefront. Maybe that's scrolling on Instagram. Maybe that's like, I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Maybe that is spending time watching TV. Maybe that's, I'm like trying to think of other things that, like, what do I do that I could release? I mean, sometimes I just like am making things harder than they need to be. I could release that. Sometimes I'm like looking at something and I'm like kind of procrastinating it because it doesn't seem like that much fun, and the procrastination I could release, right? So it could be a lot of different things. Um, uh, I love these. So what do you need to release to make space for it? So you have your first two questions: what matters today and also supports the future, your future self, and what needs to be released in order to make space for that. And then the last one is, what's one action I can take from love, not fear? What's one action I can take from love instead of fear? Uh, I do more good for me later, but not now, not much too much for now. Okay, so kind of like the opposite of what I was saying, because that is also something like sometimes we're just so future focused that we don't even think about taking care of ourselves now, right? And so to be like, okay, what's good for me now and good for me then? Good for me now. Good for me now. Feels good now. I feel like in it, right? And what needs to be released to make space for it? That was the second question. And then what's one action I can take from love, not fear? What's one action can take from love, not fear? So we're going to do this right now. We're going to do it right now. So grab your journal and answer that first question. What matters today that is also going to support your future self? What matters today that will also support your future self? What needs to be released in order to make space for it? And what's one action you can take from love, not fear? And once you have it and you have like the one action, I really encourage you to share it in the comments. Write a nice letter to staff and not a nasty gram. Yeah, so good. So good. So once you have it, oh, sorry, my phone ringing through my computer. I didn't even know it could do that. What is one action you can take today from love, not fear? So we're kind of getting granular with it. We're like, okay, we've taken all of these concepts of what to do and we're turning it into a single action for today so that you can start to create some momentum so that you can move. Often it's just that first action that's the hardest. And so that's why I really want you to get clear on what it is. Create and stick to my morning routine. Okay, so you can't stick to your morning routine today because that's more than one action. But how about creating your morning routine? You could definitely do that today. Create your morning routine and put it in your calendar for tomorrow, or maybe even set your alarm for tomorrow, right? Yes, a replay will be available. Plan a new program for my clients. Okay, awesome. And can you do that whole thing today? Is that like a one-time action, or do you need to be like, I'm going to start on that plan? Because we just want to make sure that you can complete it today, this one action. Yes, I can definitely get what's one action I can take from love, not fear. So let's say, I'm trying to think of all the things I have to do today. Like if I'm thinking about moving forward in a way that's going to support me now and support me later, I need to fill out um, this survey about partnership, like business partnership. And I'm going to do that today. So that's like one thing I can do today that actually is all of these things. And it is an action from love, not fear. Asking for help clearly with what I want in my career. Amazing. Rest. Amazing. Okay, preserving my peace now. And how will you do that? So like getting clear on like, what does that mean? Like means you're going to do what, I think is really my question. Be kind to myself, eat more whole foods, start with not purchasing junk. Okay, so maybe even if you could get that into like a one action thing, like I'm going to eat a whole foods dinner tonight. That's like the action, right? get my MRI done because my body's healing is important to me. Okay, so can you get your MRI done today? Because at least as far as at least in Boulder, if you want to get an MRI, usually you have to book, you have to like schedule it. And so if it's something that you can do today, I would say schedule the MRI, unless you can just walk in and get an MRI where you are. But if you can't do that, then I would say schedule the MRI, something that you can do today. Choose health over convenience. How? How are you going to choose health over convenience? Like, what are you going to do? Take shower and wash hair. Love it. Perfect. You can absolutely do that. Go through two bins and declutter. Amazing. Perfect action steps. So great. Get rid of all the crap food in the house. Well, and that will be happening today, Janice. That is amazing. So, so great. Plan for creating my sacred space. I love this. And so I just want to say that this is one of the things that is often the case, that we actually have to plan for doing the thing that we want to do. And so getting that as an action step is amazing. It's so beautiful. So make sure that you it's just such a good example, Evelyn. Thank you for sharing that. I can start it today. I think an outlining the program. Perfect. Schedule a life coaching session. Yes, amazing. I know a lot of them if you need one. Yeah, that is beautiful. Start with 3 minutes of self-focused meditation. Amazing. Okay, these are so good. You're doing so great. I love this. And I love that so many of you put it in there. Just being willing to be witnessed in your action step is a huge thing. So thank you. It feels so incredible to be in a community of people that actually really are willing, really willing to be seen and share. It makes such a huge difference. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I do want to say that this whole work is really where this where the LFG program really works well for this, because the dream book, as I've mentioned already several times, it is so useful in getting really clear on what matters to you, what you want, and making sure it's rooted in meaning, and then moving it into action steps. That's literally what this whole book is about. It's about making sure that your momentum is meaningful, that your moves are meaningful, right? That it actually works. This is awesome. I'm so glad. And then you also will get the dreaming and planning course. Have any of you done the dreaming and planning course? Some of you? The Dreaming and Planning course is a 9-week course that helps you break down one goal over 9 weeks and really get it. Because if we, so many of us get lost in procrastination, we get lost in not understanding time management. And that's really what Dreaming and Planning does, is help you work through all those places where we notice people bump up against their goals. And so doing the Dreaming and Planning course, it's 9 weeks that will change the way that you work, kind of always. It's amazing. And it's $197. The Dream Book is $55. And then we also, in this package of LFG package, is also a Route to Rise, the 5 days of journeys that I was talking about that will lead up to New Year's. And you'll also get the recordings. So you'll have them for the lifetime of the experience, until someday, probably many years, may take them down. So, and that is worth $50. So altogether, this package is worth $301. And it is for sale for $99 just for the next 24 hours. And so for those of you that are I saw so many of you saying yes, I have my Dream Book and Planner, because you're amazing. And I love it so much. So glad that you have it. If you already have your Dream Book, but you haven't done Dreaming and Planning course, or you, I guess, yes, if you haven't done the Dreaming and Planning course, I really recommend that you get this bundle, because it's the cheapest way that you can get that course. And then you'll get the Route to Rise program. And also you'll have a dream book that you could give to somebody that you love. Amazing. Amazing. So, and if you are I already have the Dreaming and Planning course, I already have the dream book, then I just encourage you to join us for Route to Rise for the 5 days leading up to New Year's. And again, it is $50, but for the next 24 hours, it is on sale for $25. And it is going to be an amazing way to start the year, where we're, hopefully we've done a lot of the goal setting. I don't know if you're anything like me, or if you're going to join me and Dream It, Plan It, Do It. Then you'll have kind of you'll know what you're going to be working on. But this isn't about that. We're not setting our goals necessarily. We're rooting into what matters, right? We're following this system to get ourselves the energy to move, right? So I really encourage you, if you've been feeling disconnected, if you've been feeling scattered, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, if you've been feeling stuck, that you get this system that matters, right? So that you have like meaningful movement that creates this beautiful momentum. And I just love to have you inside. So I have the dream book. Yay, 6 years in a row. Yay, I'm so glad. Just signed up for the 5-day course. Yay. Yes, you are going to love it, Charlie. So good. Yeah. And as you buy it, let me know. I love to know that you're like in, that we're going to hang out. It's so good. It's like the more we get to hang out, the better. It's so much fun. So before we move forward, I do want to give away some prizes. Anyone want a prize? I'm so excited about it. So the prizes for today, there's actually 5 of the same thing, and they're all our Rituals for Transformation book. Look how pretty it is in the shiny light. Shiny. So if you haven't done Rituals for Transformation yet, this is a 108-day journey to really come home to your sacred life. So for those of you that were like, I am in the remembering, or for those of you that said you want to feel a more spiritual life, this book is that. It is a book that Peter and I wrote together and that we do every year. I mean, we wrote it and now we go through it because it has 108 days of lessons, and each lesson builds upon the last one. And so you'll see, I'm just going to show you kind of what it looks like. Each lesson is like this. And then you have a place here where you have an intention for the day, and then just some reflective journaling for the morning and for the evening. And it's really about like, can you hold this lesson and let it kind of get into your system and like work with the curiosity of the lesson for the day. It's such a beautiful process. We've done it together. We do it with our friends sometimes. We like form groups and like go through it all together and then chat about it and reflect about it. It's so amazing. So, and if you've already done Rituals for Transformation before, you know that it's something that you can do again and again and again. And so we do it, once a year. We're in this book. So I'm really excited to give 5 of these away. 5 people are going to win. You ready to find out who? I love so many of you being like, when do you start the 108 days? Whenever you want to. So you can start whenever you want. You don't have to wait for anything. You just get to decide when you want to. Okay, so the first person that won is Angela McAdams. Angela McAdams. And you're here. You just said, sounds incredible. And then you won. Angela. I'm so happy for you. So Angela, all you have to do, and this is the same for everyone who wins, if you win, all you have to do is email us at info@thedragontree.com and let us know that you won. We have it in our notes that you won, and then you just let us know. We'll get your address and we'll get it sent out to you. Yay, Angela. Yay. Okay. The next person that won is Mary Dorsey. Yay! Yay! And you're here too. This is so fun. Not always is everyone actually on that's winning. So Mary, congratulations. So happy for you. Let us know by emailing us at info@thedragontree.com and we'll get that sent to you. The next person who won is Danielle Amin. Danielle Amin. Is anyone here? Danielle Amin. If you are here and you won, let me know. Oh, Angela, I'm in tears. Oh, so sweet. Okay. I don't know. I didn't see a Danielle I'm in, but you might have a different name in here. So let me know if you're here and you won. But even if you're not and you're watching this on replay, just email us at info@thedragontree and we'll get that to you. The next person that won is Wendy Chavez. Wendy Chavez. Yay! Yay! I'm so happy. Congratulations, Wendy. So happy. Email us, let us know so we can get that sent to you. And then our last person, can I get a drum roll? I don't know if that's loud or quiet, probably really quiet. And also don't want to make it too loud. Anyways, the last winner is Mark Summers. Mark Summers. Is it Summers or Sumners? Doesn't matter. Mark, you'll know who you are. Mark Summers or Sumners, one of those two. Email us at info@thedragontree.com and we'll get Rituals for Transformation sent to you. And if you were like, I wanted to win, you can buy it. You can just buy it for yourself. It's basically the same as winning. You know what I mean? And that's what I do all the time. I want to win something. I'm like, I want to win that. And then I don't win it sometimes. And then I just buy it for myself because it's kind of like winning. So enjoy your Rituals for Transformation books. I'm so glad that you are here. Again, I want to remind you that we have something really special happening on Cyber Moon Day live at noon Mountain Time on December 1st. And I would love for you to join me. So get it in your calendar. We're going to be announcing a really beautiful new product. And also we're going to have just lots of amazing things for sale. So we have all sorts of really beautiful crystals that Peter and I have picked out from you're going to love them. I just can't even get over how beautiful they are, and lots of packages and things that we don't sell anywhere else. So you're going to love it. You're really going to love it. So make sure that you join us for Cyber Moon Day live with me. We'll probably be here unless I can like get my barn cleaned up enough, then we'll be out there. Either way, we'll be hanging out together on Cyber Moon Day. What time are the calls for Root to Rise? They're actually going to be all pre-recorded. So we will release them to you in the morning for you to be able to do on your own timeline, because during that time of year, people's schedules are different from each other's and different just in general, right? So you won't need to be there live. You will get the recordings. So I am so excited for all of you to be there. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so thank you for being here. I really encourage you to join us in the LFG package to get that dreaming and planning course, to come to Root to Rise, to like be part of this, because if it matters to you, for those of you that are like, but I'm feeling stuck, and like, then you like, I can't make you, but I can try as hard as I can to to inspire you, to move you forward, to give you the tools, and to get you reconnected to what really matters. Because that's all I want for you. That's all I want for you. And I know that when we root into what matters, then we rise with grace, and that we get to do that together is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Just a reminder, you have 24 hours to get this package for $99, and then it goes up to $301, which is how much the package just is, which is so cool. To be able to get it for $99 is amazing. I'm so glad that it's been great information. Rise with Grace. Yay. I'm so excited. I love you. Take such beautiful care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.